Meet Sarah. At 30 years old, Sarah's life was a financial disaster. Over $50,000 in debt, living paycheck to paycheck, and constantly dodging calls from debt collectors. This is the story of how she turned it all around and achieved financial independence by age 40. Stick around because Sarah's journey might just inspire your own transformation. Before school and lessons about hard work, Sarah's life was filled with the simple joys of childhood. Her parents celebrated her first birthday with love and hope for her future.
Here's to our little girl. May she grow up happy and achieve everything she dreams of.
Even in those early years, Sarah's parents dreamed of giving her a life filled with opportunity and success.
Sarah, if you want to have a better life than we do, you need to work hard in school and graduate. Education is the key to success.
Your future depends on the choices you make. Stay focused and don't give up.
From a young age, Sarah's parents instilled in her the value of education and hard work. But like many of us, Sarah's path was anything but linear. Sarah wasn't always in this mess. In her early 20s, she lived for the moment, using credit cards to fund vacations, eating out, and upgrading her tech gadgets. By 30, the bills had caught up. She had maxed out her credit cards, her car loan was upside down, and her student loans felt like an impossible mountain to climb.
Sarah, I know it feels overwhelming, but you need a plan. Have you heard of the Snowball method for paying off debt? And maybe it's time to look into budgeting.
The debt snowball method and the avalanche method are like two different strategies to tackle your debt, and which one you choose depends on what motivates you most. The debt snowball method. This one's all about quick wins. You start by paying off your smallest debt first, regardless of the interest rate. Here's how it works. List all your debts from smallest to largest balance. Pay the minimum on everything except the smallest one. Throw every extra dollar you have at that smallest debt until it's gone. Once that debt is wiped out, roll what you were paying into the next smallest debt, like building a snowball as it rolls downhill. The idea here is psychological. Knocking out that first debt gives you a win which motivates you to keep going. It's perfect if you need that extra boost to stay on track. The debt avalanche method. Now, if you're a numbers person, this method might be more your speed. The avalanche method focuses on minimizing the total amount of interest you pay over time. Here's how it works. List your debts, but this time, prioritize them by interest rate, highest to lowest. Pay the minimum on everything except the debt with the highest interest rate. Throw all your extra money at that high-interest debt until it's gone. Then move on to the next highest interest rate and repeat. The avalanche method saves you money in the long run because you're knocking out those expensive interest payments first, but it can take longer to see that first debt disappear, which might feel less rewarding at first. So, which one's better? It depends. If you're someone who loves crossing things off a list and needs the momentum, go with the snowball method. If you're laser-focused on saving money and don't mind the wait, the avalanche method might be the way to go. Either way, the key is sticking with it. Both methods work as long as you're consistent, and that's what matters most. As Sarah reflected on her situation, she remembered her childhood. Money was never openly discussed in her household, but she often overheard her parents arguing when bills went unpaid.
We're falling behind again. What are we going to do?
I don't know. We'll figure it out, like we always do.
Those moments stuck with Sarah, shaping her fears about money but also her determination to break the cycle. That was the wake-up call Sarah needed. But changing her habits wouldn't be easy. Step 1. Sarah faced the numbers. She listed every single debt and created a monthly budget. It was painful, but necessary. For the first time, Sarah saw exactly where her money was going. She adopted the snowball method, paying off her smallest debts first to build momentum. Every little victory gave her the motivation to keep going. When Sarah started using a budget tracker, it was a real eye-opener. The app broke down her spending into neat little categories And, surprise, surprise, the majority of her income wasn't going where she thought it was. Here's what it showed. A big chunk was going toward her mortgage. That made sense. It was her biggest bill every month. Then came her student loans, which felt like they'd been hanging over her forever. Next up was her car loan. She loved her car, but seeing how much it ate up every month made her question if it was worth it. And then there was the wild card, going out with friends. Sarah had always justified those nights out because she needed to unwind, but seeing how much they added up was a wake-up call. The tracker didn't just show her numbers, it showed her habits. It forced her to ask, am I spending on the things that really matter to me? Spoiler, her answer led to some big changes. Here's how Sarah leveled up her budgeting game. After reading the 12-week year, Sarah realized she didn't have to wait until January 1st to set goals, or until December 31st to hit them. She learned to break her financial goals into 12-week sprints. This way, she could focus on small, achievable milestones instead of getting overwhelmed by her big-picture plans. Sarah combined this mindset with the 20%, 30%, and 50% budgeting rule. 50% of her income went to necessities like her mortgage, utilities, and groceries. 30% was allocated to discretionary spending, like occasional dinners with friends or a weekend getaway. And 20%? That was hers to save and invest. Here's the kicker. Sarah treated that 20% as her paycheck, the money she paid herself first before touching anything else. She automated her savings into her Roth IRA, 401k, and high-yield savings account, so she wouldn't even have a chance to spend it. By keeping tighter control over her other categories, she was able to monitor her monthly and annual expenses with laser focus. The result? Sarah stayed on track to meet her financial goals and still had room to enjoy life. It was the perfect balance of discipline and freedom. Sarah also picked up a side hustle as a freelance graphic designer, dedicating all extra income to her debts. Sarah immersed herself in learning about personal finance. She discovered the power of compounding, the importance of an emergency fund, and how to invest in her future. To secure her emergency fund, Sarah opened a high-yield savings account. High-yield savings accounts, HISAs, are better than traditional savings accounts for several reasons, especially if you're looking to grow your money faster. Here's why they stand out. 1. Higher interest rates. 2. Low or no fees. 3. Compounding interest. 4. Accessibility. 5. FDIC insurance. Key takeaway. While traditional savings accounts are great for short-term convenience, HISAs are designed to help your money work harder for you, especially if you're focused on maximizing your savings. They're ideal for emergency funds, travel goals, or any savings you don't need immediate access to, but want to keep liquid. She moved her savings out of a non-interest-bearing checking account, ensuring her money would grow even while it waited to be used. This step gave her both peace of mind and a financial safety net. Sarah realized that increasing her marketable skills gave her better chances of getting promotions. By age 33, Sarah was debt-free, but she didn't stop there. Instead of spending her newfound income, Sarah began saving and investing. She opened a Roth IRA and started contributing to her employer's 401k, taking full advantage of the company match. Sarah also opened a brokerage account to invest in S&P 500 index ETFs. This allowed her to further diversify her portfolio and take advantage of market growth over time. Sarah kept her expenses low, avoided lifestyle inflation, and prioritized financial independence. She set a goal: to have $1.2 million by age 40, enough to support her modest lifestyle with a 4% annual withdrawal rate. What's more, Sarah started sharing her story to inspire others. She realized that financial freedom wasn't just about the numbers, it was about mindset and discipline. Sarah taught her kids the importance of being financially literate. She taught them that the goal was to be rich, not look rich, and that time in the market is more important than timing the market. 10 years of hard work paid off. Sarah reached her goal and achieved financial independence. Today, she chooses how to spend her time, traveling, pursuing hobbies, and giving back to the community. Sarah's story is proof that anyone can turn their life around with the right plan and determination. Are you ready to start your journey to financial independence? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe.